Russia has detained an Islamic State terrorist who was allegedly planning an attack in India. The man was detained by Russian Federal Security Services, which say the Russian Federation identified a member banned in Russia by the international organization Islamic State, who was planning to travel to India and carry out a terror attack against one of India's elite leadership. According to the Federal Security Services, the FSB, the detained man was recruited as a suicide bomber in Turkey. WION's diplomatic correspondent Siddharth Sibal joins us live from New Delhi with more. Siddharth, in a video released by the FSB, the man can be heard admitting that he was planning to take revenge in India for, and I quote, insulting the Prophet. What exactly is he referring to here?
Исламское государство по имени Юсуф Таджики. В 2022 году приходил специальную подготовку в Турцию. В 2022 году по указанию Юсуф Таджика я летел в Россию. Я приехал в Россию, откуда должен был выехать в Индию. В Индию меня должен встречать было и необходимые для встречать и дать все необходимые вещи для совершения теракта. По указанию исламского государства за оскорбление пророка Мухаммада. Я Азамов Машархон Тохир Ола 1992 году в апреле 2022 года.
Oh, we have actually got Siddharth Sibal live on the line now. Siddharth, we were just speaking about exactly what the motives were for this attack. The individual saying he planned to take revenge in India for insulting the Prophet. What exactly is he referring to there?
Well, we have seen the confessional video that has been released by the Russian security agency, in which he has mentioned about his motive was to avenge the insult on Prophet Muhammad. We saw the comments made by now suspended members of the ruling party, and it looks like that was the motivation. But that was the focus, of course, of the confessional video. But we saw the release also being issued by the agency, which talked about how he was in fact apprehended while he was leaving to India from Russia, and giving details like, first, of course, he was a native of Central Asian country, not specifying which Central Asian country. Secondly, he went to Turkey earlier this year and he got in touch with his recruiter where he got indoctrination. So largely it looks like a big ring that has been busted by Russia. There hasn't been any comment by India so far on the developments, but this clearly puts a focus on Islamic State in the region. We saw the Indian Deputy NSA Vikram Misri being in Uzbekistan last week, in which he mentioned about the concerns regarding Islamic State, and now of course this development coming.
And do we know yet who he was attempting to attack?
Well, the release points out that there was someone in the ruling circle here in India. That's a specific word used by the release, the Russian release, but it hasn't pointed out who the specific person was. Of course, it is a guess that it could be any member of the ruling party here in India, but largely it is a worrisome development for India, and of course it's perhaps for the first time that such a link has emerged from Russia, given that Russia is of course a close partner and both countries have worked together when it comes to the issue of counter-terrorism. In fact, the Indian NSA as well, Ajit Doval, was in Moscow last week, and of course there were several conversations including on the issue of counter-terrorism, in which India of course has been taking a lead role. In fact, India is the chair of the Counter-Terror Committee, and as the chair of the Counter-Terror Committee of the United Nations Security Council, it will be holding an important meeting here in India on 29th of October, which will of course focus on counter-terrorism but also cutting finances when it comes to the issue of terrorism.
Siddharth, thank you for that update. I'm glad we were able to connect through to you. Siddharth Sibal, our WION diplomatic correspondent.